Hope this is recording. This is should be lecture 12 of Urbanism and Digital Narratives After COVID. Now, what are we bringing to the question? Because we lived through this COVID epidemic, and we are in New York City, New York State, where there was quite a sort of reaction to the amount of deaths. I lived in Brooklyn, and there were pretty much 3 hospitals around where I was. I heard sirens every night, and essentially in the month of April, there was at the peak 1,200 people dying a night. Supposedly 300 were dying at home. I took my bicycle behind the hospitals, and there were the refrigerator cars dealing with all of the bodies after this virus. So it was very real. I saw it in the first hand. So how do we bring our own experience to some phenomena, some cataclysmic world phenomena, anything such as global warming, COVID outbreak? How do we sort of not get our information secondhand? How do we not listen to propaganda or conspiracy theories without unproven sort of samples? We can only reference ourselves with what we read, and then, of course, what we see, what we experience. One of the oldest ways of structuring, breaking down our assertions into a viable adult essay, which I asked all of you to write these blogs on essays, is this old-fashioned thing, pretty much from Aristotle, called the logical square, or the square of oppositions. In the 20th century, this was called the Semiotic Square. And what it is, it's an immensely Western Greek contraption. There are evidences of it in India. And that is to basically prove a contradictory statement within one thesis. You know, all the syllogistic form is all S are P, some S are not P, therefore, all S is P, P, therefore Q. If P, then Q, P, therefore Q. Modus ponens. These are intuitive reactions. These are pan-cultural at about now. Often we do forget them when we deal with large phenomena such as epidemics, global warming, the future of humanity, the nature of our cities, your own, certainly the riots after the George Floyd killing in Minneapolis. Everyone had an opinion. And at some point, a lot of people did not want to go to the news, the journalism, the professional journalists to find out the source. What are our alternatives? The most direct thing is this semiotic square. We start with an assertion. COVID-19 is real because I've seen the refrigerator trucks, I heard the sirens. This is the upper left position, all S is P. I assert. I employ my experience. I see what is happening within these structures. Let's assume even that this movie is on. 1 second. I